everybody, it's been a little while since I've made a video. Both kittens are in our house now and they are both sleeping. Well, one of them's looking at me quite resentfully actually, but I've had an exhausting week trying to write my PhD, trying to parent two new babies. Actually, they're not really babies, they're cuter than babies because they're kittens basically. And now I've just looked at my nails and realised that I have unintentionally matched them to my outfit. It just reminds me of that scene in Clueless where Cher and Amber turn up to the party and they're wearing the same dress, and Cher delivers that immortal line, "Do you prefer fashion victim or ensemble challenge?" Today I'm going to do a favourites video, and my pile is actually pretty small for this month, which is quite weird considering this month I've been wearing comparatively more makeup than other months, so it's kind of, I'm not really sure what happened. It's like the Twilight Zone or something. But I have a small pile but a face full of slap, and so I'm gonna go through my pile. First thing is this Embryolisse Lait-Crème Scintillant, which is the shimmering face and body moisturiser. This is essentially the fluid cream that they do, the kind of milk cream emulsion thing. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. This is essentially that with some gold shimmer mixed in, and it's really nice to use in summer because it gives your face a kind of natural glow. You don't need to use any highlighters, and I find that highlighters in summer tend to make me look a bit more greasy than I would like, so this is really subtle and just quite pretty to use. The reason I've been using it is because I've been mixing it with a foundation, and also I've been trying to use it up. I've had it for absolutely bloody ages. I words cannot describe how many moisturisers I have unexpectedly acquired, and I don't know where they've all come from, but I am trying to work my way back to my favourite Cordura Vino Source, what's it called? Quenching Sorbet Creme. I'm trying to work my way back there, and there's 3 moisturisers standing in my way and they're all full. So I've been gradually trying to use this up. By mixing it with my Kevyn Aucoin foundation, I've found a really nice mixture. So this is pretty moisturising. For oilier skins this does take a while to sink in, and it does feel like almost like there's a slight film over the skin. You know when a moisturiser's not quite sunk in yet and it feels, you can feel it on the surface of the skin. That's how this works. All the Embryolisse creams feel the same on me. They all feel quite a bit too moisturising, but in the interest of using it up, it's a good moisturiser. It definitely moisturises my skin. Whether or not it makes me oily, it probably does, but my skin's completely out of whack at the moment, so I couldn't really tell you about that, but all I can say is it's a really nice moisturiser. Next favourite then is the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer. This is in SX02. This isn't exactly my shade, but I figured that it would probably be easier to go too dark than too light because it's harder for me to darken up a foundation, whereas this has a good tone to it. And because I can sheer it out, it doesn't really matter if I can't be bothered to lighten it up. This is a really nice foundation. It's very thick and very pigmented, and I'm not going to do a side-by-side demo of me applying this to my face because I'm going to do an updated face routine including this so that you can get a better, clearer, higher quality view of how I apply it and what I use it for and the other things that I do to my face that make me look so radiantly beautiful every day. I've been using this quite a bit, and there's not actually that much gone, and I took a sample out for someone else, so it's still really full, and I just get it out with a cotton bud and I need the tiniest bit to get really good coverage over my face. So I'm really enjoying this. I get average wear from this. I wouldn't say that I get great wear. It's not kind of a pro-long wear or double wear kind of foundation. It's quite, I would say it's quite kind of supple on the skin in comparison to those foundations which tend to set and then just sit there. It fades nicely, it looks good at the end of the day, well on me anyway, and I've been really enjoying using it, although it is a lot of extra faff. So if you can't be bothered with faff, skip this. I just love this. this Illamasqua powder blush in Naked Rose, one of my favourite ever blushes from Illamasqua, I think, just because it's so versatile. It could look ashy on darker skin tones, but on me it's this beautiful kind of neutral pinkish shade which kind of gives me that, I don't know, maybe it's like a sweet blush, like a Disney princess kind of blush, you know, like just a very sweet pink blush which just works really, really well with everything. It's a really beautiful neutral pink, and for that reason I think it would go with quite a few different skin tones. It's just a good blush. I feel like every time I use an Illamasqua blush I'm raving about it because I love the texture and the quality, and this one definitely is no different. It's a great blush, the pigmentation is great, and for a matte blush it's not chalky or powdery, which is a huge plus because I often find that matte blushes are a little bit more difficult to blend out, and this just works great. So I would definitely recommend snapping one of these up. It's perfect for every day. It's kind of like Douce or Tarte Amazonian Clay in Exposed. It's one of those blushes that you can throw on like an old jacket and you will always feel great. This month, okay, I think we should do a small drum roll, but not too big because I don't want to wake up the cats. Damn, woke her up. I actually wore eyeshadow. For about 2 months I've just not really been interested, and I've worn it a couple of times, but I've kind of been, you know, a bit of dabbling, I would say, not quite, you know, full throttle getting in there up to my elbows. I've just been dabbling and then been dissatisfied. Something this month made me obsessed with Satin Taupe from MAC, and I'm not really sure why, because I really, typically on a day-to-day basis, Satin Taupe is pretty much at the bottom of my makeup priorities. Everyone seems to love Satin Taupe, but whatever. So Satin Taupe by MAC, it's this kind of, it's a kind of taupe colour, but I would say there's a little bit of red in it, and there's a bit of kind of a bronze sheen to it. Every time I wore it, I felt like it made my eyes look greener, and I'm not going to get into the debate of whether my eyes are grey, blue or green, because Kiwi and I can argue about this endlessly. He seems to think they're more greeny grey, and I have always been told they're blue. Now, I don't know about you, but when you're told something that is fact as a child, like something that is indisputable fact, like your eyes are blue, and then someone tells you they're not blue, it's like an existential crisis. It's like bring on the tin hats. I need a tin hat and I need to sit here rocking quietly backwards and forwards because I'm really not sure what colour my eyes are anymore. I look greener when I wear Satin Taupe is my point, and it's really pretty. I've been teaming it with this eyeshadow in here, which is Sellout from Urban Decay, one of my absolute favourite lid colours, beautiful kind of pearlised champagne. Anyway, so I've been wearing a lot of Satin Taupe. As far as MAC eyeshadows go, it's a good one. It's soft, it's pigmented, and it's really pleasant to use. So yeah, me and Satin Taupe, best buds. 2 lip products for this month. The first I had literally used pretty much all month long until something new arrived, which is the second thing I'm going to show you, and that is Syrup lipstick from MAC. It is such a kind of nondescript, what the hell are you talking about colour, like it's barely even there. It's, I don't know, there's something so blah about it, but when I put it on my lips it just gives me this kind of didn't she make an effort, not quite sure, she looks nice kind of, you know, kind of thing. It's quite like a pinky mauvey colour, but it looks very natural on the lips, and it looks pretty with kind of natural makeup as well as heavy eye makeup. So I have definitely really liked Syrup. It is a luster finish and it doesn't really last very long on my lips, but to be honest I've just been slathering it on because I really don't need to take too much care with this lipstick, because if I do go outside my lip line it doesn't really show that much because it's quite sheer and quite light. So really enjoyed Syrup lipstick, definitely really like this. Last thing on my favourites is something, it's kind of like a reverse haul this, because I'm showing you things, well, I'm showing you something I bought but I haven't actually put it in a haul video yet. This is the Beauté Liqui-Gel lip stain in Fever. Something spoke to me and I decided I needed this. The first thing I did when my my paycheck came in was I rushed and bought this, and I love it. It's the thing that I'm wearing now, and I love this. I feel like this the way that I feel about NARS Mascat lipstick, which is the pure matte line which lasts like 6 hours without topping up. This is one of those kind of products which you can wear, forget about, don't need to top it up. This is absolutely one of my favourite ever lip stains I've ever tried. I think it's actually one of my favourite red lips that I've ever tried. It's been a long time since I've been so very, very impressed. Want to marry it, want to hug it, love it and call it George, and basically happily ever after ad nauseam, again and again and again. I love this. This is really pigmented, it lasts a really long time on the lips, and when it does fade, because it will fade, it kind of fades really evenly and leaves, by the end of the day you'll just have like a faint tint left, which is really pretty. I just love this. It doesn't bleed into the lip lines, it is a gel based formula rather than quite a watery formula which is the traditional stain formula, and I'm obsessed. I haven't actually taken this out of my handbag. These 2 lip products have stayed in my handbag for a month, so I had to go fish them out there today along with some old train tickets and a half-eaten cat treat, so that was interesting. While I was sniffing around my handbag, it turned out it was like a dehydrated tuna thing. Awkward. So you won't be seeing a what's in my bag video anytime soon, seeing as that's what I found in there. That is all my favourites, and I've managed to get through the whole of that video without waking up the cats. So if you got to the end of this video without falling asleep, then please be rewarded with some footage of my new kittens settling into their new home. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you've... Oh, I really wanted to do a video about the book 50 Shades of Grey, because I have a lot of thoughts about it and I would like to express them on video. If you'd like to see a rant about 50 Shades of Grey, then I would quite enjoy doing that. But anyway, I'm gonna leave you alone. Have a lovely day everybody, and bring on the kittens!